There's a whole lot being said about tobacco out there. You turn on the news and you feel like the FDA is coming down on something again that has to do with tobacco. Tobacco bad, tobacco bad, tobacco bad. Well, I'm here to talk to you about tobacco good. Here I am, middle of a cigar tobacco field in Claremont, Florida. This is the Florida Sun-Grown Farm where many cigar companies out there get their tobacco from, and one of my favorite companies in the whole entire world, Drew Estate Cigar, manufacturer of this fantastic cigar here. And I want to just talk about tobacco a little bit, right? Tobacco, where do you start, right? Tobacco is a centuries-old product that we've been growing as Americans out of the ground. Native Americans before us, all across the world, South Central America, tobacco and its roots are deep in culture across the globe. People have smoked cigars in victory and triumph. People have smoked cigars in sadness and in defeat. But there's always something that brings you home when you're smoking these handmade natural products. This green tobacco in the field that happens to surround me right now is some of the world's finest tobacco. Florida used to be one of the premier growers of tobacco in the world, and then it died off. They stopped growing tobacco. They started planting their fields with a whole lot of other things. And here on the Florida Sun-Grown Farm, Jeff Borshowitz had a passion, had an idea to bring back tobacco to Florida. One of the tobacco capitals of the world is just down the road a little way over in Tampa, Ybor City. Companies like J.C. Newman, who are fourth generation American owned companies, have spent their lives dedicating to these wonderful green plants that we grow and harvest and turn into just little minutes of joy, of peace. Tobacco happens to be my favorite pastime. You know, whenever I've had a really hard day and I have a little bit of time to myself, I like to just go back out on the back porch, light up a cigar, and just let the world disappear for a little bit. Go into a cigar lounge with some of my best friends, my best buddies, my brothers who have become like family to me, to just sit down and talk about their victories in life, or maybe they're going through something, and we all bond over the sacred ritual rite of smoking tobacco. Tobacco, it is permeated through culture, not just Americana, but again, you think of figures across the world like Winston Churchill, or famous actors, right, like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger, where they cap off moments of intensity or moments of victory or moments of solace or moments of calm with nice, refreshing notes that you get out of cigars. I feel like I wouldn't be doing myself a service or the tobacco community a service by just staying quiet on how fantastic the products are that are grown in these fields. The sandy soils of Florida, or the mineral-rich soils in Connecticut and Pennsylvania, or super mineral volcanic oil that comes out of Nicaragua, the just flavor notes and bombs that you can get out of any of the regions that cultivate tobacco, right? Because tobacco, if you're new to it, doesn't just come from Cuba, right? Tobacco comes from across the world. Cameroon in Africa, Mexican San Andreas out of Mexico, Florida Sun-Grown right here in Florida, Connecticut broadleaf, Pennsylvania broadleaf, Kentucky, Virginia, colonies that were sustained and kept alive because of their tobacco use. Now, I also would be doing you a disservice if I didn't light this cigar up at some point while I'm talking to you guys, so bear with me a second as I light this bad boy up. Now, there's also something to be said about the ritual of burning a cigar and the time that it takes to make sure that your cigar smoking experience can be as primo as it can be. When it comes down to the cut, what kind of cut do you put on it? How far do you cut down on it? How much smoke do you want to be able to draw through that cigar as you're drawing your cigar, as you're puffing your cigar, as you're going through that little bit of calm and solace. Now, I like to guillotine. I like to take off the tip of the cigar and it just be the tip of the cigar. But the toasting process, it forces me to slow down, because cigars are slow. You slow it down, you toast it, especially with a nice Connecticut wrapper, and then you bring it to your lips. The rest is history. You sit down, you stand up, or you go to the bar, or you hang out with your mates at a nice leather couch, or you're sitting on an egg crate down on the stoop, just trying to escape life for a little bit. And now you have purposefully sat down to take a break and just enjoy the ritual of burning cigars. Now, there's so much that goes into these cigars that are super behind the scenes and you never really understand. Like, this tobacco started out just like these leaves here, right? Nice, lush, sticky, green leaves that were grown in fields just like this one. Maybe a little rockier, a little bit more clay, but all with the end product of growing the tobacco to be the flavor that they are trying to achieve through that cigar, the combustibility, right? Here in Florida, what they do is they harvest these by picking the leaves individually. It's called priming. They go through and they pick the leaves individually, they take them into a barn, and then they sew them onto a reed, and then they put them together, they hang them in the barn to lose a lot of that sugar and fat content that comes out of the tobacco, right? It pulls it down into a drier leaf. It turns it into a shade of brown. And then once it goes from there, it loads up in a truck, it heads down to Central America or South America or other places in the world. And they take that tobacco and they put it in pilons and they ferment that tobacco on top of each other. They rotate the pilons, making sure that the heat and the consistency, the temperature is all right to make sure that the tobacco that you're going to have rolled into a cigar is exactly how it was made 100 years ago, made today. They then take and they separate binders and fillers and wrapper leaves. They go through an immense amount of sorting and quality control to make sure that each leaf is meeting the standard that it's supposed to. And they put those cigars together, they roll them, they age them, and then they send them to a local humidor or a cigar shop online where you can make your way to your humidor. If you've never tried a cigar, I highly recommend jumping down to a local shop, asking the tobacconist who's there, hey, Chief from Bob the Cigar Guy said I need to come down here and try a cigar and see if maybe I could get a little bit of a pause from life. What do you recommend? And if they don't recommend something to you, let me recommend something to you. This is the Deadwood Dominicana, a fantastic new cigar here, 2025, that Drew Estate launched at PCA this year. Dominican tobaccos, and the thing I really love about this is it follows the Deadwood line with a sense of a sweet tip on it, but it breaks away from the Deadwood line by not having any of the infusion. This is a perfect cigar to jump into the sweet category, but not the infusion, but also not just jumping into the bold, old school, old man, your grandpa used to smoke sticks out on the back porch. So if they're not gonna recommend you a cigar, Chief will. Deadwood Dominicana, fantastic cigar. And, you know, I hope you light one up if you're a veteran smoker or you're a new smoker. And I hope you just take a pause. Just take a minute. Get away from the busyness of life. Let the kids watch TV for 45 minutes. You know, invite your wife to come out and read a book with you and just enjoy time, right? That's it for me. I'm gonna let you guys light up, and gals, smoke a cigar, have a good time, pour yourself a drink, get yourself a sweet tea or a little bit of coffee, and just enjoy a little bit of solace. I love you. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Catch you next time.